Hello, we are Team Kintaro, and this is our capstone postmortem video. Team Kintaro is a 4-person development group made up of Aaron Salisbury, Kurt Irwin, Tim McClung, and myself, Dennis Castellanos. Our project, currently titled as Gnome Alone, can be best described as a top-down wave-based shooter, where the player's primary objective is defending the base while completing in-game objectives in attempts to get the highest score possible. The overarching theme is gnomes versus woodland creatures in a garden-like setting, as Gnome Alone attempts to pay homage to traditional arcade shooters with the use of our score and power-up system. Players can experience large multipliers and high-damage power-ups while in-game. It could be said to be a complete 180 from our original reference game, Alien Swarm, in the theme of a military shooter, in which it was originally intended to be. As a team, we decided to move away from linear level design and item-based objectives. Some cool features one to look forward to in our game is the buy menu system, which allows players to purchase and upgrade auxiliary items, as well as purchase and upgrade passive player upgrades. The turret system and spawn system are other unique features to keep an eye out for. Grabbable turrets can convert enemies to friendlies and be placed anywhere the player deems the most advantageous. The spawn system, although not visible to the naked eye, does change as the player opens different areas of the maps and enemies are pushed to new spawns.
In the 4-month time period Team Kintaro spent working on Gnome Alone, we had to develop and enhance a lot of various different skills. The core 5 skills, though, that stand out the most are having trust in your teammates' decisions, how to take feedback and how to adapt it, how to conduct code research when you aren't sure how to implement something, how to optimize a Unity build so you have high frame rate, and probably the most important is how to write flexible code. Writing flexible code was so imperative for this project simply due to how much a project changes in 4 months. In smaller projects that we've worked on in the past, things don't really change that much. You kind of know where you're going start to finish. However, in a large project like this, a lot of mechanics and ideas and systems get scrapped, and if the code is not flexible enough, then you're going to be left with no reference exceptions and systems behaving incorrectly. Picking up on how to actually write a flexible system helped us make a much better project than what we could have before, and will help our future projects to be more adaptable.
Techniques, processes, and ideas that did not work. For gameplay, we had placing obstacles and turrets, the faction system of our game, a linear level exit, destroyable barricades, a spawn rate system that would affect the spawn rate based on how many enemies the player killed themselves, a stealth level, a winning resource or item mechanic, hazard and boss spawn buttons, and various enemies including a loot goblin, homing explosive enemies, the original boss, and patrolling enemies, along with a key door. Processes as a team that did not work was the team not checking for null references, scaling base prefab objects, not identifying dependencies properly, leaving bugs and other discrepancies until submission day to fix, and not spending enough time documenting mechanics and how we wanted things to function.
Some things that worked really well for us on this project was component-based architecture. It took a minute to get your mind wrapped around how to write scripts generically so that they weren't tied to a specific object and their functionality could be used in multiple objects. But as soon as we started doing that, it made short, small scripts that were easily transferable to add functionality to any object. And doing that with like the draggables and things like that really helped. Also specializing, each of us kind of had areas that we were working on primarily through development, and whenever tasks came up in those areas, we would try to focus on that person doing those tasks because they knew that area best and could do it the quickest. Now obviously, if there was a whole lot to do in the area, we weren't able to do that, and sometimes there'd have to be a lending hand, but specializing really helped. Debug commands were incredibly useful. And having those and having a lot of those allowed us to test very quickly and not have to play a lot of the level over and over again. And putting flags on mechanics that were being tested so we could turn them off, that was another great asset to us because it allowed us to easily toggle them on and off. And so those are some of the things that we found really useful through the development cycle.
Thank you for watching Team Kintaro's Postmortem video.